from Jeanette Beauty TV. So you know, every night I do a live and I talk to you about unpopular or unhot topics. So tonight we're going to talk about Chicago. I've been dreading talking about my hometown because, you know, who wants to drag their city in the mud? But Chicago is in $22 billion debt since 2014. Then on top of that, it's 2019, 29.2 billion. Yeah, with a B, they're still in debt. And they're increasing the debt. So their mayor proposed not to raise their taxes. Then he tried to raise their taxes. And they voted him down today. He had a press conference and they was like, no, you're gonna find some way, you're gonna find another way to raise taxes. So it's the second worst deficit, and it's one of the largest deficits in the United States. It's just unfunded pensions. Chicago pension debt is a major contributor to its overall debt. The city has not funded $31.8 billion in pension. First of all, if y'all didn't know, Chicago mayor used to be a school teacher or a principal. He don't know what he's doing. He ain't even a real politician. They need to really stop voting Democrat and get some of those Republicans in there to help them, because everybody know Republicans love money. They need to help them with this deficit. Chicago is about to file bankrupt. Like, they don't have any money. And then they was giving $30 million to migrants. How are you guys giving money? You know, I'm representing the home front, child. I got the Chicago Bulls shirt on. How are you guys? I want to know, how are you being able to fund a migrant crisis and you ain't got no money? You ain't got no way to get no money. Let's see, y'all. Let me tell y'all about Chicago's mayor. Because I'm telling y'all, I think he was like a school teacher or something. Child, his name is Brandon Johnson. Why you got to have a last name, man? I do not know this man, okay, y'all? I don't know him. I do not know him. But he's been the mayor since 2023. Okay, so I'm going to say he inherited this debt. They've been in debt like that since 2014, like I told you before. But yeah, he's an American educator. So he's a retired school teacher or a retired principal or something. But he's the 57th mayor, and I want to say that he really don't know what he's doing. Hey, y'all, hey. Let me see. Brandon Johnson. They rejected, the Chicago City Council rejected his tax proposal. Because this is the thing right here. I can't believe they all rejected it, and it seemed like he inherited this debt. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's see who was the mayor of Chicago before him. He's the 57 mayor of Chicago. Let's see. '56 mayor. Oh, Lori Lockfoot. I heard that she was doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't think she was the mayor of Chicago from 2019 to 2023. Now, remind you, I told you guys they had a $14 billion, no, 20 billion with a B deficit since 2014. So she must have inherited to that. The thing is, when you're a politician and you go into these jobs like mayor, governor, you're supposed to be able to strategize a plan to help the people come up with ways. You're supposed to be able to get that city out of debt, not accumulate more debt. And they still voting Democrat. Like, the Democrats are the ones bringing all the homeless, all the migrants to your city. And you're still voting for, like, I don't understand why these people are still voting for their city to just be, that's crazy. I've never seen nothing like that. Let me see. Yeah, it seems like since she was the mayor since 2019 to 2023, she inherited debt from 2014. So now we got to go back to see who was the mayor in 2014. And how did Chicago get in debt like that? Something had to happen that they got in debt, because when I left Chicago probably in, the early 2000s, probably 2001. Let me see. I just did my hair tonight. Dang, why y'all be tripping on my hair? Y'all be tripping more on this here internet. It seemed like they moving the same way. Yep, they are moving the same way as Chicago, because they keep voting Democrat. And what the Democrats do, they flood your city with migrants. They have open border policies. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to hire, these people need to start, first of all, they need to take a ballot, get a ballot, a mail-in ballot, read who's on the ballot, and research these candidates. He has no idea what he's doing, and he's inherited this deficit. Let me see. Okay, who's the mayor of Chicago in 2019? I mean, Chicago mayor 2014. Oh, a look back at Chicago, biggest story. Let me see. Ahmad Emanuel. He was sworn in as the mayor of Chicago. Okay, I want to see how he got this city in $22 billion. Let me see. How did Okay, it says one of the reasons why Chicago is in debt from 2014 is because it has unfunded pension obligations, governmental structures, and a lack of population growth. What? They're trying to charge their taxpayers $42,000. The city's pension and debt service costs now consumers almost 43% of its budget. That is crazy. Chicago has over a $35 billion with a B in unfunded pension debt, which is money that will be paid to the city employees when they retire. Chicago's pension debt is popularly because the city is now growing. So new workers are coming in to help pay for longer serving employees. Okay, but they're still not telling me how did they get in debt. 2014 Chicago budget includes tax increases, no pension solutions. Oh yeah, whoever this guy was, Emmanuel something, Rod Emmanuel, he was not trying to get people here. He couldn't have. City Mayor Rod Emanuel released today his 2014 plan to close the city's blooming $334 million. So it went from 300 and almost 50 million to 20 billion. That's crazy. It's like the mayors are still collecting debt, and they're still accumulating debt in Chicago, just like California. But California is creating more jobs for people to pay taxes. That's the difference. When you can create more jobs for people and build more companies for people to work, they can pay into the system. They can pay more taxes. But for some reason, they keep saying that they have short solutions and tax hikes, but the cigarette taxes, it's the nickel and dime, and that ain't nothing. They're losing people, income, and brain power. Yeah, they don't need higher taxes, baby, because who want to stay in a city that is not growing? That's why I left, because when the crime got really bad in Chicago, I was like, I don't want to raise my children here. Before I started having children. Yep. So they have a high unemployment rate too. That's another thing that's driving it down. But I want to know, like, I think the only reason why this Brandon Johnson guy, they told him that he couldn't get the tax cuts and everything. Who is this? Go next. We need younger people to be able to go in power. So we have, that's true. That's true. I guarantee you from people's pocket. Yep. Yep. That's true. I was trying to figure out, because when I kept seeing this Brandon Johnson guy, I'm like, okay, how did this debt accumulate? So it's like every time somebody get in office in Chicago, they all accumulate more and more debt. They really don't have no solutions on how to get out of this debt. They're really not on the ground. They just, a lot of people, can you guys hit me a like for the algorithm, please? Thank you. A lot of people, when you are not a politician and you're not a business savvy person, you really don't know how to talk about or have a strategy. I feel like people that's business, like Donald Trump, he's a business person. He have all type of different strategies to be able to get America out of debt. When you're not a person that knows business, you really can't get somebody out of debt. How you gonna get somebody out of debt and you accumulate more and more and more debt? Whatever you're planning to do is accumulate more and more and more debt. So y'all know I only do like 10 minutes at a time. I'm gonna start going online every day and start giving y'all more. So Chicago budget has jumped to $6 billion. It was $6 billion before COVID. $6 billion with a B. That's crazy how it still accumulates. And I'm gonna have some of these links to some of the stuff that I'm reading, the Chicago Tribune and different little articles down in the description. If you're from Chicago, if you want to leave me a comment and let me know what type of plans, what's going on there, like why is there so much debt? Like I was planning on going back there to live. Child, I don't want to go back there to live because everything is going to be so expensive because they're trying to cover a debt. I can imagine going there in a few weeks and the debt is going to be so expensive. I mean, everything is going to be expensive when I go there. I mean, renting a car is going to be expensive. Getting gas is going to be expensive. I can just imagine, like, I'm going to go live there and I'm going to try to, like, get a lot of video because it's crazy that, can you give a shout out to my boy, Donald? He won a huge competition last week. Hey, Donald, I guarantee you people pocket in the money. Oh, yeah, they definitely pocketing the money, Melvin. Hey, Donald, want to give a shout out to Donald. Congratulations on your success, bro. I hope you do big things. Yeah, it's still going in debt, y'all. Hopefully, Chicago will come out of that debt. I just didn't want to spend a lot of time on Chicago, but I did want to talk about it. And Brandon Johnson, he's not going to be raising those people taxes. The stuff that he came up with was a no. So I know I had mentioned it earlier in some of my things that I was going to talk about. Why is Chicago in so much debt and they're still Democratic and they're still letting migrants in? Honey, where are these people going to go? How are you going to feed people that you don't even, the city is poor? Like, I can imagine it being so poor there that people are not, how are they living? Like, what's happening? We're going to see what's happening because when I go there, I'm going there The week of December the 14th, I actually am going to Michigan, but I'm going to stop in Chicago and get some footage of it and see what's going on. Try to see if I can fly my drone to see, you know, because I don't want to, you know, I don't know about the areas anymore. I haven't been in Chicago in 25 years. So I'm going back there just to like visit some people that I think I still there. They're still there. I've contacted them on Facebook. So I want to go and visit them to say hello. Some of them are elderly. I think Miss Winfield, she's like almost 100 years old. I want to see her. I want to see my cousin. She's like in her 80s. So it's some people there that I value and I want to see. And they're in like some safe neighborhoods, I want to say. Because some of the neighborhoods in Chicago are not safe. Some of them are and some of them are not. So I do want to still go there and say hello to some of those people that I know. But I don't know about doing any shopping there because, honey, everything is so expensive. And did y'all hear about somebody? They went in. Let me tell y'all. They went in somewhere in Chicago and robbed a bank or something. Let me tell. Oh, they robbed this guy. Let me tell y'all. So this guy got a settlement. Hold on, let me find it. And then another thing, you know what? It's an article saying that a jury awarded a man $50 million in Chicago who was sent to prison unwrongfully convicted. $50 million. That's another thing that can take a city under a lot of lawsuits, and they have to pay the lawsuits. Either they're going to pay them in installments or they're going to pay them out. But this guy was awarded $50 million. This is from the Chicago Sun-Times. He was awarded $50 million because he spent 10 years in prison after wrongful conviction. That's terrible. So, and that was a federal jury, so he's probably already got his money. Yep, he's probably already got that. That was in 2018. He was convicted of being an accomplice to a murder, and he was released. And this article was done in September of 2024. So I'm gonna put this down in the description box just in case you guys want to read it. But it was a guy that just got a settlement, and for some reason he went and bought a car, and he had like $50,000 on him, and the guys tried to rob him. I was like, okay, here it is. It's on Google. A man cashes a settlement check in Glendale, and then chaos ensues. It's on Fox News. Let me see. See that? Oh, no, this is it's another guy. See, Chicago got a lot of the police there. They corrupt. They are costing the city. This is a guy. He got another settlement. Okay, wait a minute. Let me make sure it's not the same guy. Okay, Marcel Brown, like the same guy. Now, this is the same guy, y'all. Marcel Brown. He got a settlement. Okay, we got that. That's 50 million. If you get a few more of them, your city gonna be bankrupt because they have to pay those. I don't know where they print this money at, but they have to pay those settlements. Okay, so and that's what I'm saying. The money is still adding up and adding up and adding up. That's why they got like they're in the billions deficit. Like somebody need to be fired. Donna gonna make Chicago great. It's funny. This guy. See, and then Chicago taxpayers are paying money out. Um, they paying tax money to defend a police officer. He got 39 lawsuits alleging that he framed people for crimes they didn't commit. So it's a lot going on in Chicago. They just, it's just corrupt at this point. Like, Chicago taxpayers have paid more than $35 million. That's crazy. Like, how are they still paying all this money out for this guy? They know he did. He got 34 lawsuits pending. He a Chicago detective. I'm gonna have these two articles linked in the description box for you guys if you want to go. But this was this guy. Let me see. So mama do better. I'm gonna have this stuff already ready for you. Hi. Hang out, y'all. Then look, he go another article. Chicago pays $50 million to 4 black men wrongfully imprisoned in a total of 73 years. See, this is what I'm saying right here. Like, it's too much. $50 million for wrongfully convicted. Decades of Chicago, they got confessions. That's crazy. That's why I told y'all I had to go back and look to see why they were in so much debt. Because, I mean, people are paying taxes, right? People pay taxes. We get tax money taken out of our check. You pay sales tax. You got tax on groceries. That's sales tax. You got tax on homes. You got taxes on everything. So why is the city in so much debt? They're in so much debt because they've been paying so much money out to these lawsuits. I got, two of them right here. One for $50 million. Chicago taxpayers. I got 3 articles almost adding up to over $1 billion already. You got 50 million, 35 million, and you got another 50 million. It's just a lot. They need help. This is why you have to do your research when you want to do Democrat or Republican to see which one is trying to get you out of debt. See, that's what people didn't do in the Kamala Harris and the Donald Trump. Why they was voting for Kamala. When I went on Kamala's website, she was talking about me paying a whole lot of money out to do a whole lot of nothing for me. I don't want to pay my money out for transgender stuff and sex changes and getting kids to do like children to do trans. No, I don't want them to do none of that. I'm going to get off of here since ain't nobody watching. I don't see anybody out there watching. Give me a like. Give me some likes. Anyways, I'm going to get off here because I'm past my time. I said 10 minutes. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Thank you. And make sure you hit a like for the algorithm. I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Bye.